Hello everybody, especially to my students out there. So as I've said, I will make a recorded discussion about the first part of our subject. So in the first part, we have chapter 1, which is about finite geometry. And it includes lessons like Introduction to Axiomatic Systems, second one, Examples of Axiomatic Systems, Historical Overview of Axiomatic Systems, and Finite Geometry. We also have finite geometry. But in this video, we will just be focusing on the introduction to axiomatic systems, in which we will just be dealing with the terms. So we get familiar with this before having the second lesson, which is examples of axiomatic systems. So let's watch this one. Okay, class, in the study of mathematics, it requires an understanding of the nature of deductive reasoning. And deductive reasoning takes place in the context of an organized logical structure called the axiomatic system. So ano nga ba itong axiomatic system? Okay, ang axiomatic system, class, accordingly is any set of axioms from which some or all axioms can be used in conjunction to logically derived theorems. So ganito, class, there is no established mathematical rules, or there is no established mathematics without being based in this axiomatic system. So accordingly, ang axiomatic system is a system composed of the following. So ang axiomatic system, class, is logically structured to make a established theorem. So, and it includes the following. It is composed of the undefined terms. So we know that undefined terms are terms that are left undefined in the system instead of providing definition for them. We resort to a description, illustration, or demonstration. So we will give examples in that later on. Another one, an axiomatic system also includes or also composed of the defined terms. You also have this one, a definition. On the other hand, are terms defined from the undefined terms in the system. So we will give examples in that later on also. Now, we also have, in axiomatic system, it also contains postulates and axioms. And what are these? These are statements that are accepted without proof. So, alam natin na ang axioms or postulates are those statements na alam nating totoo, but it doesn't need proof just to be established. Okay. And in the early Greeks, they differentiate axioms and postulates, in which dinidefine nila na ang axiom is an assumption common to all sciences, and ang postulates an assumption peculiar to a particular science being studied. But in the modern interpretation, postulates and axioms makes no difference at all. Kumbaga, sa ngayon, yung postulates and axioms are with the same meaning na lang. Okay? So, we also have, an axiomatic system is also composed of theorems. These are statements proved to be true using postulates. So, kung ang postulates or axioms is already acceptable to be true without having proof, ang theorem is kailangan siyang gamitan ng mga postulates just to be proven true. Okay, so let's give examples of this. So, the first one is undefined terms. Okay, balik tayo. Okay? Undefined terms. Okay, some examples of undefined terms. We all know this one. Napaka-common ito, especially in our lower mathematics subjects. Okay? We have undefined terms, pinaka-common, especially in geometry, the points, line, and a plane. We know that even in the centuries that already passed, hindi pa rin nadidefine itong points, line, and a plane. That is, again, hindi po siya yung mga definitions na nasa dictionary, yung mga definitions na bigay ng ibang mathematicians are just illustrations. Kumbaga, halimbawa, itong si point is actually, alam kasi natin sa point is yung dot. But actually, ang dot is hindi point. But a dot is just an illustration that figure out a point. So kumbaga, napakaraming definition ng point because wala siyang size, wala siyang width, Wala nga siyang breathe. So, left undefined pa siya, including tong lines. May lens siya, pero wala siyang breathe. So, left undefined pa rin. Napakahirap i-define ng mga terms na ito. So, in mathematics, these are undefined terms. So, napakarami ng mathematicians nag-try na mag-define ito, pero they resort into an illustration or description. Kumbaga, they only just give descriptions on this na napakahirap kasi i-define. Okay, examples of defined terms. So, there are some examples. For example, these parallel lines, this is defined as lines that do not intersect. So, unlike the undefined term, so dito, nakaka-define tayo ng parallel lines. And these are lines that do not intersect. So, this is one example of defined terms. We also have postulates and axioms. Okay, postulates and axioms. So, we have example of this one. Through any points, there is exactly one line. So, through any 2 points, there is exactly one line. So, this is a postulate. Why? Alam natin na pag may dalawang points, we can easily determine that we can only draw one line in that 2 points. So, alam natin yan. That is true. And it doesn't need proof kasi alam na, kumbaga, it is acceptable without having proofs, and that is postulate already. We also have this one. If 2 lines intersect, they intersect at exactly 1 point. So we know that this is true without having proof, and this is postulate or axiom. Okay, theorem. Okay? Again, the definition of theorem are statements proved to be true using postulates, definition, some other established theorems, and logic. So, example nito is ng vertical angle theorem. Ano nga yun? Vertical angle theorems are, ang theorem niya is vertical angles are equal in measure. Okay? Ang vertical angles daw are equal in measure. For example, in this illustration, angle A and angle B are vertical angles, so they are equal. They are of the same size, si angle A at angle B. Also, itong si angle C at angle D, they are also equal because of that theorem. And kailangan siyang ma-prove using postulates, having that lines and segments and having that intersection. So, nagiging theorem siya because of a proof. And isa yan sa mga example ng theorems. So again, ang axiomatic system are just bunch of defined terms, undefined terms, postulates, axioms, theorems, used logically as a conjunction to derive a established truth or theorem. So ganun yung axiomatic system. So dito dako tayo sa properties of an axiomatic system. Okay. Axiomatic system has 3 specific properties. We have consistency, second one, independence, and completeness. Again, an axiomatic system is said to be consistent. Again, an axiomatic system is said to be consistent if, okay, first assumption, if there is no statement such that both the statement and its negation are axioms or theorems of the axiomatic system. Again, ano daw? Ang axiomatic system is said to be consistent pag walang pag ang statement niya may contradiction, hindi na siya consistent. Okay, for example, this one, if we have the statement in the system na say for example this one, this is so informal. For example, sasabihin mo sa isang babae, you are beautiful. So, and in the system, part sa isang axiom na yon, you are beautiful. Now, pag sa sunod na axiom, sa isang system lang, naglagay ka ng another axiom, you are not beautiful. So, meaning, you are not, that system na mayroong statement at mayroong contradiction, that system is not consistent. So, isa sa mga assumptions na it should lack contradiction. Again, a system is said to be consistent if it lacks contradiction. So, next one. An axiomatic system is consistent if the axioms cannot be used to prove a particular propositions and its opposite or negation. So again, if it lacks contradiction pa rin, then automatically, ang system na yan is consistent. And next one, an axiomatic system that does not have the property of consistency have no mathematical value. So sa mathematics, kapag hindi consistent ang system, that contains no mathematical value. For example, if we say x is equal to 2, then sasabihin mo sa another axiom, x is equal to 1, and they are of the same system, so meaning magkakaroon ng no mathematical value ang variable na x because of its inconsistency. So magkakaroon lang ng mathematical value pag ang system or axiomatic system is mayroong consistency, mayroong property na consistency. So much for that. I hope so you get the point. Okay. Next one, property. We also have, continuation. If the model is obtained by using interpretations that are objects and relations adapted from the real world, we have established absolute consistency. Again, if ang model na ginagamit natin is adapted from real world or some objects, ang tawag dyan sa consistency na ginagamit natin or in-establish natin is absolute consistency. But again, on the other hand, if a model is obtained using the interpretations from the other axiomatic systems or from kung ang ginagamit mong pang-prove or model is coming from other axiomatic system and not from the real world, ang tawag sa consistency na dina-demonstrate mo dyan is relative consistency. Absolute pag in real world or some objects. And kapag kumukuha ka ng model from the other axiomatic system, then ang tawag dyan sa consistency na yan is relative consistency. Okay, next one property, we have independence. Again, an axiomatic system is said to be independent if it is not a theorem that can be derived from the other axioms in the system. For example, ang isang axiom or ang axiomatic system ay matatawag na independent if and only if the axiom is not derived from the other axiom. For example, may axiom ka, gagawa ka ng another axiom na ilalagay mo sa the same system na halos kapare-pareho lang or kumbaga derived pa rin sa axiom na yan, and that axiom is not independent in itself. So again, ang axiom or an axiom is said to be independent if it is not a theorem that can be derived from the other axioms in the system. Okay, next one. An axiom is said to be independent if it is not a theorem that follows the other axioms. So the same pa rin, if your theorem or if your axioms is not coming from the other axioms in the same system, that system is independent or consists of the property of independence. Okay? Next one, a good way to prove the independence of the statement is to find one model which the statement is true and the other model which is statement is false. Again, matetest one way to test the independence of a system is by using a model. Okay, pag kukuha ka ng isang model, ang model sa axiomatic system pala is yung pagre-realize ng mga axioms na nasa statement. For example, may statement ka na, or may axiom ka na for every 2 points, there's only 1 line. So kung magkakaroon ka na ngayon ng model, i-draw mo siya. Kumbaga, yung model mo is yung illustration para sa axiom na yon. So, one way or one good way to test the independence is titingnan natin yung mga model or mga illustrations na ginagawa natin para sa mga axioms na nasa system. Okay. Another one. it is usually sought after to minimize the number of actions in the system. So, pag usually, napakarami ng theorems na, for example, sa high school natin, sa mga book natin, napakarami ng theorems na derived pa rin yung mga definitions sa ibang theorem. Kumbaga, may relation pa rin. So, ang independence is, kumbaga, minsan, ginagamit ito just to minimize some other actions and theorems in the system. Kasi halos pare-pareho lang, so pwedeng maging isa na lang. So, ganun. Okay, next, we have the property of completeness. Again, an axiomatic system is said to be complete if either true statement or its negation can be proven from the other axioms. So, ang isang system is matatawag na complete pag yung first axiom, for example, yung first axiom is madidefine ng other axioms na nasa system. Okay, let's have another one. It is impossible to demonstrate directly that the system is complete. However, if a system is complete, there cannot exist two essentially different models. This means all models of the same system must be pairwise, isomorphic, and axiomatic system is categorical. So, ano raw? Matatawag na complete if and only if isomorphic lahat ng mga axioms or lahat ng mga model na ginagamit natin or sa axiom na yon is isomorphic. Ano ba itong isomorphic? Okay? Again, balik muna tayo. Completeness, may completeness na property ang isang axiomatic system kapag ang axiom is madiderive from the other axiom in the same system. So meaning, kailangan may sameness, kailangan isomorphic, at kailangan categorical ang data para matatawag na complete ang system or axiomatic system na yan. Okay? So again, matatawag siya na complete or mayroon siyang property na completeness if and only if the models used for the axioms or theorems are isomorphic and categorical. So ano nga ba itong isomorphic? So dito tayo. Two models of an axiomatic system are said to be isomorphic if there exists one-to-one correspondence from the set of points line A onto the set of points lines of B that preserves all relations. So ganito lang. Para hindi tayo mahirapan kung ano ba itong isomorphism or being isomorphic, magbibigay tayo ng illustration, especially lalong-lalo na dito sa geometry. Okay. Sa algebra, matatawag mo na isomorphic kapag may idea ng sameness. For example, isa na doon is 3 is equals to 3. That is, 3 is isomorphic to 3 because they are the same. Say for example, another one, yung transitive property. If A is equal to B and B is equals to C and C is equals to D, so therefore, A is equals to D. So ganon, isomorphic pa rin yung mga, because of there's the idea of sameness. Okay, and again, sa geometry, may kakaibang definition itong isomorphism. Okay, look at the figure sa baba. May dalawang model. Okay, that is graph model from the axioms. So, matatawag mo na isomorphic ang dalawang model na yan if and only if they have this idea of sameness. So, kung titingnan mo, magkaiba yung shape, magkaiba yung pinaglalagyan ng mga segments or yung, kumbaga, parang mga sticks. So, iba nga yung notation niya, but kung titingnan mo yung pagka-isomorphic ng isang bagay sa geometry, ganito yung mga basihan. For example, that one. Again, two models of an axiomatic system are said to be isomorphic if there exists one-to-one correspondence, meaning if the points corresponds to the other, if the points of, for example, itong illustration sa left side, if the points corresponds to the points of the the right side illustration or model, pag nagko-correspond yung bawat point with the same degree and kumbaga same number of points, same yung dami, at nagko-correspond, for example, itong si A, may degree ito na 2 because kumbaga dalawang segment ang nagpo-point out sa point A. Then maghahanap pa ngayon ng isang point na katumbas niyan sa illustration 2. Okay. So, anong katumbas yan? May dalawang degree. For example, si A sa kaliwang banda, pwede nating i-match kay D because may dalawa rin siyang degree. Pwede nating si E kay E pa rin kasi may dalawang degree. Si B sa left side, pwede nating i-match kay A sa right side because may tatlong degree. Ano yung degree? Yung may tatlong segment sa isang point, nagpo-point out sa isang point. So, for this illustration, okay, matatawag natin siya na isomorphic because of its one-to-one correspondence sa bawat points niyan. Okay, to my students, maybe I will make another video na specific dito sa isomorphism and sa categorical na axiomatic system, or magkakaroon tayo ng live virtual discussion in some other platforms about dito. Kasi part ito ng ating klase itong isomorphism and categorical. So another one, ito, iba rin yung notation niya, magkaibang shape, magkaiba yung mga segments, pinaglalagyan ng mga segments, but the points corresponds to one-to-one. Kumbaga may one-to-one correspondence pa rin. For example, itong si C kay C, si D is may tatlong degree. So ang D rin sa kabila is may tatlo ring degree. So matatawag pa rin yan na isomorphic ang dalawang model na yan. So again, magbibigay ako ng another video about this one for a deeper understanding about isomorphism. Okay. Next one, categorical. Again, ang axiomatic system or an axiomatic system is categorical if every two models of the system are isomorphic. Meaning, if lahat ng model or every two models sa isang system are isomorphic or may idea of sameness, so matatawag mo na ang isang system is categorical because of the idea of having isomorphism on the every two models. Okay, thus for a categorical axiom system, one may speak of the model and one only interpretation in which its theorems are all true. So ganon, complete yung isang axiomatic system pag isomorphic ang axioms and categorical. Ngayon, matatawag na isomorphic, ano yon? Kapag may idea of sameness. When there is one-to-one correspondence on the points, on the said models. Ngayon, matatawag rin na categorical kapag every two axioms are isomorphic. So, to my students, kindly read your handouts for more deeper understanding about this topic. Okay, some illustrations. So, isomorphic ito, na-test natin ito kanina. Ito rin. So, every two models are isomorphic. So, this means ito ay categorical. Okay, dito tayo sa learning model. Okay, ano nga ba yung model? Kanina pa tayo nag-usap ng model. A model of an axiomatic system is obtained if we can assign meaning to undefined terms of the axiomatic systems which convert the axioms into true statements. Kumbaga, ang model is yung nagpapa-realize lahat ng mga axioms and theorems in the said system. Halimbawa, yung sinabi ko kanina, na for example, we have an axiom and we put a meaning through illustrations or some other objects, yun ang tawag doon ay model. At sa model, matitest yung isomorphism niyan at pagiging categorical. So we have kinds of model. We have concrete models. We can call it a concrete model if the meanings assigned to the undefined terms are objects and relations adapted from the real world. Again, matatawag siya na concrete pag yung model na ginamit is adapted from a real world or from an object. Otherwise, kapag hindi siya from object or from real world na model, ang tawag dyan is abstract model. If the meanings assigned to the undefined terms are objects and relations adapted from another axiomatic development. For example, there is an axiomatic system already. So, and if you get model from that, ang tawag dyan sa model na yan is abstract model because it is not coming from a real world or from an object. Okay? Thank you so much for watching and so much for that. And to my students, again, I will make another video if we lack time to have live virtual discussions. So, magiging recorded lahat ng mga videos na gagawin natin. So, just enjoy learning, keep reading, and practice more, especially sa mathematics. Okay? Thank you and God bless.